Welcome to Charting Crypto, coming to you on February 23. Lots of downward pressure in the crypto space. Coming to you on the Trading View chart. We can see we have it set up on the weekly. We are using the STC indicator, which is an indicator that uses stochastics and the MACD. And I am loving it. I started using this on some suggestions, and it has been quite prescient. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I don't have my old reliable derivative oscillator on this chart, so I was looking around for some other things. Remember, the derivative oscillator is a triple smooth version of the relative strength index. And of course, we use the price percent oscillator, which is a percentage version of the MACD. Well, this stochastics and MACD indicator, the STC, is a pretty cool one. When it goes green, it's telling you to expect up movement. When it flips over red, you can see where the down movement starts, and I've been messing around with it. Had a nice successful trade on Bitcoin last week on a shorter chart, and it was just fun to mess around with, just getting to know it. But let's talk about overall what's going on. Here's the 200 EMA, exponential moving average. You can see that Bitcoin on the weekly chart is still above that. So there is nonetheless lots and lots of downward pressure. If we see this continue to push through and penetrate that 200 period moving average line, then that's, again, not a good thing for Bitcoin. We just continue to see lots and lots of downward pressure. This is the weekly chart, and we can see that it is still in the throes of lots of downward pressure for the day, down 1.82% as I come to you a few minutes before 4 o'clock on Wednesday the 22nd. We look at the 2-day chart, and you can see where the 2-day has tumbled below the 200 period moving average, popped up, and then moved back below it and is starting again another down move according to this chart. So if you were shorting Bitcoin, of course, that would be an opportunity to jump into it. On the 2-day, if we look at the half day, you can see where it tumbled through it back on the 17th of February and then has been moving down, one up movement, two up movements, but again, hasn't gone red yet, but may be getting there. So I would encourage you, if you are using TradingView or you're just watching overall, we can go to XBTF, and we can see, don't have much to show you on the big chart because it's not been out but since, October of last year. But we look at the 2-day, and again, you can see that there's, again, it's tracking. Remember what this is. This is the futures market in Bitcoin. It's the Van Eck. The reason I'm tracking the Van Eck is because it has the lowest fees of the three Bitcoin futures ETFs. It's different than Grayscale Bitcoin, which is a trust. This is actually an ETF. It is a short-term close month ETF, so it tracks Bitcoin not exactly as you will find it on an exchange, because these exchanges go 24/7, 365, whereas the ETF is valued throughout the day. So it is different. But I'm looking at the overall market for you in what's happening on these cryptocurrencies. And of course, you can see the downward pressure that is still there on Bitcoin. We go into Ethereum. We'll first look at it on the weekly chart, tracking down for many weeks now. Again, had sort of a slowdown trying to pop up, but you can see the STC never changed, remained negative the entire time. We go to the 2-day chart. You can see where it crossed down through it in January, toward the end of January, popped up beginning of February, and has now over the last couple of days pushed back down through it. And of course, you can see on the half-day chart where it tracked up for a period of time and about a day or so, a few days, and then of course rolled over the last day or so going down. So again, lots of downward pressure there. If we look at where we are on some of these charts, don't track very, very far back in time. They don't all have the 200 period moving average line on them. But you can see that these other coins like Cardano again, still tracking down. You can see Solana tracking down hard. You can see XRP, again, holding just above that 200 period moving average line, but our indicator still way down. And again, we go to something like Polkadot, and you can see where it's tracking down hard. Doge doesn't track back very far, heading down. You can see Matic Network, again, all of this. And I guess what I've learned by helping you guys track Bitcoin for all the many, many months that we've tracked it, I guess it's been well over a year now, what we have seen as we look at these other crypto markets is Bitcoin's the big player. It's like the tide coming in. We talk about the tide all the time. Well, Bitcoin, and then to a lesser extent Ethereum, I mean, when Bitcoin is raging, you can see across the board lots of people pumping money into these charts. Now, yes, you can have outliers that might be going up. I mean, here you go. Here's Uniswap, at least for the day it's up. Matic's up for the day. But when you look overall where these things are, you can see a lot of red, a lot of down movement. So what is that telling us about the crypto space? Unless you're in there trying to do quick little bites, jump in and jump out, and you're able to track this over time, you need to be careful. And again, depending on the crypto exchange that you're using, what the fees are, what you can do, very, very limited. My forays have been on XBTF. Also, you can look at the two trusts. You've got the Grayscale Bitcoin and the Grayscale Ethereum. Now, they are not ETFs, they are trusts. And again, I would encourage you to practice trade those things. And if you're doing well with those things and want to know more about how they react, do what I do, and that is consider fractional trading. Or when I say that, I mean a small amount of money, buy a share or two. I personally, when I'm learning how to do something, I usually practice with around $1,000. And again, I know I could lose 2, 3, 4%. You're talking about a few $100. But that's once you know actually what you're doing and you've entered trades, you're really honing your skills, and you want to see when you put things to the real test. But whatever you do, don't start dumping money into this stuff if you don't know what you're up to. We're not a stock calling service. We're an education firm. And we're not here to advise you on what to do with your money. We're here to ask you to practice, to learn this stuff, to follow this stuff on a daily basis. When you are interested in something, make yourself an expert at it by doing what? By practice trading it and getting it down and learning its personality. Now, what are we waiting for these markets to settle out, to bottom down? There aren't puts that you can buy on these things. Oh, you can find puts on XBTF, but would you like to know what they look like with the spreads between the bid and the ask? I mean, dollars apart, not liquid at all, not anything I'm going to jump into. So what do? Well, I'm waiting for the market to bottom out and then to start moving up. And I'm particularly tuning in to this weekly chart. I'm keeping a good eye on the 2-day. But again, you can see it had some up movement over a short period of time. But remember, all things being equal, the market moves in what direction? The direction of the largest chart. That's the king daddy. That's the tide that's either coming in or going out. And right now, it's going out. You want to wait for this to settle down. And then when you see nice, clean, long-term up moves where stuff crosses over and is going to move up nicely for a while, that's what you are looking for, my friends. And again, I do like what I see in this indicator. I like it a lot. So we will continue to watch these markets as they move along. Pay attention to them. Of course, every single day we track the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, 20-year bonds, gold, and Bitcoin. Will be there for you each and every day. Appreciate you being with us. Let us hear from you, cw@chartingwealth.com. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. And don't forget, if you go to chartingwealth.com and sign up, you'll get the daily training along with our daily market worksheet, weekly market worksheet, trade worksheets, all sorts of other good stuff, and it's all for free. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.